Hare Krishna, my dear Prabhus and Matajis. Good morning. Thank you for being here today with us. And hi, before we start, I would like to greet everyone. Hello, Hare Krishna Ben, Charles, Hare Krishna, Kai, De Niro, Hare Krishna, France, Francesca, Hare Krishna, Janine, Hare Krishna, Kara, Hare Krishna, KD, Hare Krishna, Kaiser, Hare Krishna, Mervin, Hare Krishna, Raul, Hare Krishna, Rizal. Hello, good morning. Magandang umaga. Hare Krishna. Mataji, Hare Krishna. So before we start, you know the drill. We will always gonna be sending and offering our respects sa ating mga spiritual teachers because for the reason that they gave us the light of spiritual knowledge and they save us from the darkness of ignorance. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine Vancha Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashade Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Magandang umaga. Good morning. Hello kay Papan Satya and Carlo. Good morning. Kay Riza, Hare Krishna. Pat, Hare Krishna. Candy, Hare Krishna. Chantal, Hare Krishna. Sino ba hindi ka nabate? I think everyone is there ready. Mhm. So, quick recap sa ating topic 2 days ago and from the previous classes sa ating meditation course. We already discussed about our senses, our sight, smell, auditory, our taste, textile. We discussed about the mind, and higher than the mind is the intelligence. We discuss about our chariot, this body. And now, alam natin na lahat yon is ours. Pagmamayari natin. Or, let's say, we are in charge to take care of them, to use them. The question is, sino ba talaga tayo ngayon? And I would like to welcome everyone sa ating relationship with oneself. Journey to, to Journey to self-discovery on the topic of soul. Lagi natin naririnig ito, mind, body, and soul. First lesson, we don't have a soul. Bakit? Kasi we are the soul. Tayo mismo yun. This body, these experiences that we have is temporary. This body is just a vehicle. You have your organs, other systems sa body, skeletal system, nervous system, um, kung ano na pang system sa body. Kalimutan ko na yung anatomy ko na subject. So lahat yon, you can call it my skeletal system, my organ, my muscle, my heart. Di ba? So it is under our care. Pero hindi tayo yon. Lalo na, hindi tayo yung false ego. False ego is the belief na tayo yung soul. Although sa modern philosophies, tawag nila ego lang. Di ba? The ego death and all. Ego actually in scriptures is knowing kung sino tayo talaga. So that's ego. The right way to understand it is we are the soul. The false ego is thinking that we are the body. We are the experiences, we are the name, we are the fame. So we want to know our own self. It is a journey to self-discovery. So hindi pagtapos ng course na to is self-realize tayo lahat. Alam na natin. Unti-unti mag-unfold, magre-reveal sa atin yung knowledge as we practice and we apply it in our lives. Yes, Radha Charan, we're not the body, we're the spirit soul. Pero pag natapilo ka later o napasok ka habang nagluluto, iindahin mo yun. Isipin mo, I'm this body. Hindi mo pwede sabihin, ang sakit, di ba? I'm not this body, tas hayaan mo na lang. Iindahin mo siya, you will feel it. Because merong senses. May sense of pain. So, balikan natin yung ating illustration. So, yung mga nagwawalang mga horses, sila yung mga nagwawalang senses natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, habang pinipigilan mo yung mga senses mo, habang naka-fasting ka, yung mga mahilig sa mga intermittent fasting, yung mga uso ngayon, or nagka-fasting ka lang, nag-water fast ka. Habang nag-meditate ka too fast, mas masarap yung itsura ng kanin. Pero pag normal lang, medyo hindi mo masyado pinapansin. Pero habang nag-e-effort tayo, lalong gustong-gusto niya. Lalo na pag naka-diet tayo, sobrang gustong-gusto niya. If you try to do dry fasting, bigla may isip mo, nga no, sarap pala ng tubig, no? Pero habang normal lang, ni-take for granted mo lang din siya. So yung senses, gano'n, nagwawala siya. Lalo na pag sinusuppress mo. So, we are not practicing just like what the impersonalists are doing, withdrawing their senses lang and suppressing them because kakawala sila. There are a lot of even saintly persons in the scriptures who even hid underwater. Si Sorobi Muni, nagtago siya sa ilalim ng water. He meditated thousands of years. Then he got agitated kasi nakita siya nag-intercourse na isda. And he had to go out of the water. And he married hundreds of princesses para masatisfy yung kanyang sexual desire. So, ganun din yung iba. If they don't have the proper philosophy, the proper guidance, and also the proper engagement ng senses, kakawala siya. Like, if you just, if one is smoking cigarettes, tapos walang cigarette that time, na lockdown, most likely the chances are after niya ba pwede makalabas, makapunta sa 7-Eleven, mag-smoke siya na mas madami than the usual. Pero if one stops because of the knowledge, the philosophy, the conviction, may support group din siya, mas magagawa niya yun. Same thing, huminto sila pareho. Pero iba yung consciousness habang ginagawa nila yung paghinto. So that's the importance of philosophy in our spiritual life. We should have the foundation. Bakit mo ginagawa ngayon to? Again, it is not just sentimental. We should know what's the reason. And the reason should be not just sinabi ng isang tao or sinabi ng isang author lang. It should be really bona fide and genuine. Coming from the guru and disciple relationship or the parampara going down to this generation. At the same time, our senses, our mind and intelligence, even the body, should not be suppressed. Kailangan siyang gamitin. The question is, saan mo siya gagamitin ngayon? So we are aiming to use it in a most spiritual way. Kakain ka pa rin. Pero there's this thing called prasadam. You're gonna spiritualize the food. We're gonna talk more about it soon. and also our senses. Paano mo gagamitin yung sight mo, yung auditory mo, yung ears mo, yung, of course, yung speech natin. Ano
Akala ko
Ayan.
nga ako rin eh.
Okay.
Hello,
Please,
welcome back.
alam mo yung
Yeah, so I
connection mo.
keep on changing the connection. Akala ko ako.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hello,
Krishna.
Hare
You know what's
Krishna.
gonna what? Ano huling sinabi ko na narinig niyo?
medyo choppy kanina, robotic yung bosses.
Oh yeah, because of the internet. So we were speaking about senses.
You need to spiritualize the food. Yun yung
Oh
nasa
yeah,
huli.
yes. Food talaga natandaan niya, no, Charles.
Nasa dama.
Okay. So yes, andun tayo sa everything that we have in our sa paligid natin, we can always spiritualize. We could dovetail it. They call it dovetail. In the Sanskrit, they call it yukta vairagya. So the music, the arts, the senses, hindi natin siya ihihinto. Rather, we will use them. Pero we are in control. Even the food. So hindi tayo biktima lang ng ating sense of things. We can use it. Our body as well, our talents and skills. So we should spiritualize it. When one is doing and having that lifestyle, mas makikita natin yung sense of purpose ng life natin. It is not made para mag-suffer lang tayo. Yung body, you know, pati senses and the mind. You know, we could engage in. So first of all, punta muna natin at kilalanin natin who we are. If ever pala na medyo nagka-choppy or humihina yung signal ko, let me know. So again, ayun yung mga nagwawalang horses. And the rope, the instruments should be strong. That's the mind. Ayun na, mahina na naman yung signal. So yes, the man should be really strong. Really can handle yung mga senses. And the driver should be really smart. Yan, medyo nagka-choppy daw. I'm seeing may narrow signal ko sa no. Internet. Hare Krishna, if you could hear me now, clearly, isang live or isang okay. Or malabo pa rin din. No, okay. Some halo-halo. Hi, Philippines. Kaya naman mag-improve ang ating internet. I remember din sa India ako. Marami akong villages na napuntahan while traveling. Tapos yung ibang villages din walang kuryente. Sobrang sobrang primitive yung style ng living nila. They use cow dung or mga bonfire lang to cook. Pero ang lakas ng signal ng ano nila, ng internet and data. Parang nasa Singapore ka lang. Pero bundok na yun Walang kuryente. Mas ang mura pa ng internet. So masyado tayo naiwan sa Philippines. Anyway. So yes, the intelligence should be really strong as well. Really smart. Really wise. And it should be also spiritualized. You should have spiritual intelligence. Yan. May tinatawag tayong higher self sa lower self. Yan. Our higher self is mostly if you are in a good condition, yung mind state mo, state of mind mo, yung the way we, parang robot yung boses ko na naman. Wi-Fi talaga, no? How about now? Okay, what we can do now to lessen yung bandwidth ng internet, you can turn off your camera so you can just listen for the whole class. Hare Krishna. So yeah, ang ating, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Riza? Yes. Okay. So we could turn off the camera first. para yung bandwidth natin kayanin. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Sige, I'm gonna lessen din yung share screen natin. So, what we are experiencing is within the day, we could notice meron tayong higher self sa may lower self. Ano yung mga meron sa lower self? And dun yung mga depression, anxiety, self-doubt, procrastination, being idle, being just like inertia, walang ginagawa, or having negative thoughts. So palagi, ito yung mga lower self natin. Easily, mapupuntahan natin to if we don't have a strong mind and intelligence. Ano yung gusto nating palaging state is the higher self. Higher self, you're feeling good. You're feeling motivated, most especially motivated in spiritual things. One is feeling enthusiastic to do the responsibilities, the duties. That's the higher self. Kaya when one is practicing Krishna consciousness, doing their sadhana every day, their practice, one is staying in that higher self. Kaya tinatawag siyang stay high forever. Yung ibang nag-drugs, they want to stay high. They want to go there. Pero not all the time they could go there. Maraming factors why nagkalaro din sila doon. Pero the practice of Krishna consciousness, you just stay. So if naglobat ka, you just do chant, read something, read the books. So, again, puntahan natin si illustration. It is mentioned here, the individual is the passenger in the car of the material body. And intelligence is a driver. Mind is a driving instrument, and the senses are the horses. The self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of the mind and senses. So that's the higher and lower self, enjoyer or sufferer. So it is understood by great thinkers. We should understand. We could and we can. Sige, sige. Still, the internet is. Hare Krishna. I'll just chant. You say kapag okay na. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. How about now? Clear na ba ulit? Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. How about now? Medyo clear na ba ako ngayon? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, yan, better. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Whoa, this internet is weird. So yes, our mind and ourself is the enjoyer or sufferer ng mga experiences. So we want to be on that higher self. So we don't just feel the suffering. And the passenger na dun sa illustration natin is the soul, which is us. They experience kung ano yung nangyayari dun sa journey. Awesome, awesome. So they experience kung ano yung nangyayari sa journey. The individual is the passenger in the car. So I want you to be, anyway, I'll just show it. This is coming from the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. it is mentioned there. Najayate miryate vakadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vanavuya. Jo nitya sasvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamani sarire. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So the soul does not have birth nor death. Kasi eternal siya. From the existing of time and life, andun na siya. Ano lang yung nakaka-experience ng birth and death? That is the body. Only the body. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. So it is not actually a new experience for the soul to have the body or the existence. Kasi he is already existing eternally. Unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. So, old soul lahat tayo. And he is not slain when the body is slain. This body will be slain, will grow old, and will die. So this is Krishna telling Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita na it will not be slain. Kahit patayin mo yung mga nasa kalaban, hindi sila mamamatay. The body will just die. The soul will not. So, I hate to break to burst the bubble kung ano meron na iniisip natin pag may namatay yung tao. Rest in peace. No, he's not yet resting. Nagka-travel siya. Pupunta sa isang other place, another journey, another lifetime. So when a person dies, he's just not um, lying on the ground. Kasi yung body nilang yun nandun sa um, cemetery na yun. Because we are gonna travel to different places. Hopefully, a better place, a better situation. So ngayon, we are knowing na we are the soul, slowly but surely. The question is, ano yung itsura ng soul, Radhacharan? Kung hindi siya yung body, ano yung itsura ng soul? Saan siya nakalagay sa katawan? And gano'n siya kalaki? Saan siya galing? And saan yung pupunta yung soul? The soul originally came from the spiritual world. Kasama natin si Krishna. We have desire or desires na mag-enjoy outside kay Krishna, to experience the material world, to experience na tayo yung supreme being. We have that desire. So, Krishna, being the supreme personality of Godhead, always fulfills everyone's desire. So we have this experience. We are sent here in the material world, and we will receive material bodies to have different experiences because desire natin to. So in the spiritual world, we have our form, spiritual form. Depende kung ano yung identity natin. Depende kung ano yung engagement natin or service natin to the spiritual world. Ano yung relationship with Krishna. Pero here, in the material world, we are actually very, very small. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned, if you have hair, wala akong hair. If you have hair, this is my sika. Sa dulo ng hair, if you get the tip of it, then cut it into 10,000 portion, ganun daw yung size ng hair. Just a proportion ng size ng hair. Size ng soul. It is seated in the heart, not just the organ. Some says it is from the heart chakra. And it will travel, depende kung ano yung body, anong destined ng laws of nature, para dun sa kanya. That is the soul. So, ano ang nature ng soul? Di ba? Nature ng body, it is composed of um, earth, fire, water, wind, ether. So, composed ng elements. Ano ang composition ng soul? The soul is coming from Krishna, parts and parcel ni Krishna. Kung ano yung meron kay Krishna, ano si Krishna? Maliit na proportion, parts and parcel. Yan yung soul natin. Parang kumuha ka ng one drop of water sa ocean. Same composition siya, salt water siya. Pero the amount, the quantity is different. This is the trick kung bakit yung ibang impersonalists, or they call it Mayavadi, they will think, I am God. Kasi they will discover na we have the same composition as God. But of course, a droplet of salt water could not devour a city kapag may tsunami. Droplet lang yun. So that's the difference. The quantity is different, the ability is different, pero the same composition. Kasi part and parcel tayo ni Krishna. Another thing is, the soul is Satchit Ananda. I'll show it. If you could see, isang like naman dyan. I have signal na yung internet mahina ulit. Yeah, sige, keep that question coming. Answer natin later. The soul is Satchit Ananda. Sat means, or Sach means eternal. Chit is knowledge. So yung C palaging may pronounce it sa Sanskrit with H. Chit. Pag pronounce siya, minsan nagiging ano siya, napapalitan yung syllables niya sa chid. Ananda means bliss. It is eternally blissful and knowledgeable. So we have all this knowledge. Yung mga inaaral natin, actually alam na natin siya. Pero we are just covered by the material energy. We are just reviving it. That's why kapag inaaral natin siya when we're chanting as well, it feels familiar. Parang may nagsabi sa akin, parang one is feeling like at home. Or parang alam ko na to dati, nagigising lang siya. So because the soul is knowledgeable eternally. Nakakalimutan lang natin because we're having this body, we are covered by the unwanted baggages, the experiences and all. So we are cleansing that, we're removing that. And we're reviving the prema or the bhakti. At the same time, the soul is blissful. Masaya talaga siya. Again, it is just covered. So we're just removing that. It's nothing new na we're getting something na galing sa ibang bagay para maging masaya tayo. No, the happiness is just coming from within, from our soul. We just have to remove the unwanted baggages. So this is the nature of the soul, Satchit Ananda. It is eternal, and it is eternally blissful and eternally knowledgeable. Ano yung dharma ng soul? If you could remember, ano yung dharma ng isang soul, ng isang human being? Di ba may swadharma and may dharma? Ano yung dharma ng soul? Ang dharma ng water is to become wet. Yes. To be a servant, to do service. That is the dharma of the soul. So when one is doing his dharma, automatically, yung soul mas na cleanse siya from the unwanted baggages. And one experiences this, eternally blissful and knowledgeable. Mas nagigising siya. And the love for Krishna, the relationship for Krishna is also there. Nagigising lang din siya. Kaya dormant love, tinatawag nila. Dormant in hiatus lang. So again, as we know this, that is the ego. We are really knowing it. False ego is we're thinking we're the body. Of course, sa labas di natin magasabi yon kasi the terminologies that are being used by the philosophers and all. Ego, id ego, super ego and all. Ganun sila. In the books that we are reading from the scriptures, it is called false ego. The wrong, yung maling pagkakilala sa sarili. So now we know, galing tayo kay Krishna. We are here in the spiritual world. Saan yung goal natin? Saan yung journey? But nasa nasa chariot to mga to. Saan ang journey niya talaga? The journey is going back home, back to God, going back to Krishna. Because we've been here in the material world, probably not just 100 years, thousands of years, maybe millions of years. And um, we died and taken our birth more than hundreds, maybe thousands or millions of times in different species. Ilang beses na tayo naging tao, ilang beses na tayo naging hayop, naging insects, naging puno. Ilang beses na tayo pumunta sa hell and sa heaven. Most probably, naging king ka na rin or naging queen ka na. Naging famous person ka na rin. Naging babae, naging lalaki ka na. We have experiences this kind of things. This kind of experience made us also looking for more. Kasi na-experience na natin. Bakit tayo ngayon nandito? But we're looking for something deeper sa yoga philosophy, sa life. Parang, teka lang, parang this life ko, bata pa ako, parang onti pa lang experience ko, no? Marami na tayo experiences, previous lives. Kaya minsan, when we're doing things now, parang wala pa rin siyang lasa na experience mo siya dati pa. In the scriptures, it is called chewing the shoe. Just like the analogy of a sugar cane, or ano bang Tagalog ng sugar cane? Tubo, tuba. Tuba yung alak, di ba? Tubo. So yung sugar cane, when you see paano ina-extract yung sugar cane juice, yan tubo. So, yung sugar cane, it has to be crushed para makuha yung juice. Tapos lalagay ulit yung sa crusher, hanggang makuha yung last drop. So, kapag tinikman mo yung crush na sugar cane, may onting lasa siya. Dahil meron talaga siguro microscopic drop. Or may taste ka lang talaga matitikman from the fibers ng tubo ng sugar cane. Pero wala ka nang ma-extract pa doon. Kaya tinatawag nga chewing the truth. So if you have chewing gum, if ilang oras mo na siyang chinu-chew, tapos iwanan mo, tagalin mo. After some time, pag sinubo mo siya uli, may onting lasa. Pero ma-realize mo, ay, wala pa rin talaga siya. So that is material life. Kahit pa ulit-ulit ka bumili ng bagong iPhone, ngayon may 13 daw lalabas. Kinukwento sa akin isang mo. Date niya ako sa mga technology. May bagong iPhone na lalabas. May-excite ka for sure pag binili mo yon. Bago mo bilhin sa kapag binili mo. Pero after some time, wala na ulit yung feeling na yun. So same thing sa ibang mga bagay. Diba? New cars, diba? Shopping. Diba? Yung process na lang ng shopping ngayon masaya. Pag dumating na yung nung gamit, parang, yun na yun. So chewing the food. Our material life is like that. Kung mapapansin mo, marami kayong pwedeng itry. Exciting, pero mauumay ka ulit. We're gonna look for something new. Kasi we've experienced a lot of things already. And come to the point nung ibang lives natin, we realize na, oh nga, no, there's more to life than this. And there's more to life than this. And we're desiring for this. So we want to really be connected to the Supreme, to Krishna. So now, we have the chance to be really connected. Kasi you have your yoga philosophy books to really know Krishna. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, already told kung sino talaga siya. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naka-describe din sa scriptures kung ano itsura ni Krishna. Naka-describe din doon kung saan siya nakatira. Anong address niya. And even ano yung phone number niya para pwede mo siyang tawagan. And the phone number of Krishna is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So that's Krishna's phone number. You have his contact number. So you can contact him anytime. So if you're ready, you can get your Japa malas. Try natin mag-open ng camera. No? Let's see kung kaya. Our meditation for today is, yes, we've said that we are aham brahmasmi, in Sanskrit nun, I am not the body and the spirit soul. And the soul, us, is eternally blissful and knowledgeable. So yung meaning ng Hare Krishna mantra, Hare is the energy, Rama is the pleasure or the receiver of all pleasure. And Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We want to be engaged to Him. We want to be connected to Him. Paano yung connection na yun? By doing loving service to Him. So, this eternal knowledge and eternal bliss, we want to reawaken. Sino yung pwede magbigay nun? Is kung sino yung may unlimited source, which is Krishna. So we will chant today, trying to put our lower self under our control because we want to be always in our higher self. We want to stay high forever, not being controlled by other emotions and all from our lower self. Tayo rin yun. And then yung worst enemy pag pinag-usapan yung mind. So we want to be in control, under the control of Krishna. And our chanting for today will focus on us unfolding yung mga ibang pagkakalala natin sa sarili natin. Mahirap tanggalin yun. Hindi natin siya basta-basta tatalikuran. Our responsibilities, if you're a mom, you're still a mom. Hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin, I'm the soul. Diba? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, makipag-break ka sa girlfriend or sa boyfriend mo. No, hindi tayo yung ano. Hindi ako yung girlfriend mo, I'm the soul. Diba? So, we will know deeper, go deeper. And we just talk about this for less than an hour. Pero the realization will come kapag may mga experiences na tayong may experiences na nangyayari sa paligid natin for us to realize. Sabi nga, the knowledge, when one applies it in one's life, it will be realized knowledge. Marirealize natin kapag we're applying this knowledge. So we want to chant in order to connect to Krishna, in order to connect to ourselves. Because knowing oneself is a journey through the help of our spiritual teachers and our classmates. Yung mga kasama natin in discovering ourselves. We're Japamala. Thank you si Charles kasama natin kanina mag-champion. So every morning na, nakatuwa na. Sipag siya gumising sa umaga. Minsan nauuna pa siya sa akin. Nauuna pa siya sa akin mag-login. Yan. So don't forget to always chant your rounds. Have your minimum. We will chant one round today. So find your comfortable position. So inhale deeply. Let go of all the mind's demand. Yung mga plano natin. Hindi tayo magka-chant and habang nagka-chant tayo, iniisip yung gagawin ngayong araw. Exhale. Inhale deeply. We will let go of the things from the past na tumatambay sa mind natin and disturbing our peace of mind. We will learn from them, but we will not let these experiences determine kung ano yung gagawin natin sa buhay in our future. Exhale. So inhale deeply. We will let go of all delusion na iniisip natin sa sarili natin and all the illusion na akala natin tayo yon. Because we know we are the soul. We are eternally blissful and knowledgeable. We are connected to Krishna. And we want to reawaken our relationship to Him. Exhale. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Focus on hearing and chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So let go of the mind's demand. Focus on chanting and be attentive in hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Chant the mantra clearly and focus and be attentive in hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant the last beats of your Japamala if you want, and this is your last chance to request to Krishna for us to really know ourselves. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasana Gaura. So we can finish our rounds. If you're not yet finished, if you're finished already, please type once or right. And if you're finished, you can open your camera. So mabilis ang photo tayo before we go to the questions and answers. Mm-hmm. Just continue to finish your rounds. Focus on hearing and focus on chanting. Okay, everyone sounds finished. You can open your camera. So photo tayo. Everyone, make our souls smile. Hello, Pavan Satya. Where's Carlo? Nagluluto. Oh, sabi nga ba eh. Luto hours na pala. Okay, picture muna tayo. Count of three. Yan, nagtapos sa si Riza sa siya. Picture tayo, everyone. Count of three, and nag-open ba ng camera iba? One, two, and three. One more, one, two, three. Thank you very much, my dear ones, Prabhus and Matajis. I am happy to discover ourselves together with you. Now we know we're not the body, we are the spirit soul. Next will be the series of classes as we connect to others. So, magko-connect rin kayo. There will be assignments and I will post it in the chat group. So, doble ingat. Ano bang yung Friday? Happy Friday. And please, 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 you can share this Krishna consciousness by our actions, by our characteristics, our personality, how we deal with each other. You can still chant your rounds to finish if you have 2 or more than 2 rounds per day. Please do so. That's sadhana to keep ourselves on the on our higher selves. As well as you can continue to read the scriptures. So there will be much more transcendental knowledge. And as we apply it, it will be realized knowledge. So be the coolest person on earth. Sabi nga nila, the most awesomeness. Thank you for walking the earth. Maraming salamat. Kay Chantal. Hi, Chantal. Kay Charles. Kay Cara. Raul. Riza. Mervin. Napagandang background. Candy. Kay Ben. Kay Francesca. Pavan, Satya, and Carlo. Pat. Hi, Pat. Hare Krishna. Kaiser. KD. Si Pao. Si Rizal. Si De Niro. Siya. Francesca. Jonah. Saka si Jair. So, unmute ko kayo so we can say hi.
Hare Krishna.
If you want to remain, you can stay kasi we'll answer a few questions. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, maganda yung question ni this is Raul. Prabhu Raul. So, tanong niya if pag sinabing soul form, ano kaya form niya? So, first question yan. So, the form of the soul is actually God-like then. In the spiritual world, it has also 4 arms. Vishnu form tawag yan. It has Vishnu form. And also, if we're back in the spiritual world, that's the original form that we have. Depending if you're a playmate of Krishna there, or Gopi, or Gopas, or other characteristic, we will know kung ano yun kapag nakabalik na tayo doon. As of now, we wouldn't know. Pero ngayon, habang nasa material world tayo, it takes the form na napakalit lang. It will adapt to the body na meron siya. The second question is the soul genderless? Yes. In the material world, it will just adapt kung ano yung nasa body niya. Ano yung embodied siya. Female form and male form. But originally, the soul is in the energy of a female form. All the souls are in the female form. Galing sa energy ni Krishna yun. Krishna is the original male form. So that's a deeper level in understanding ourselves. Yan. Or male, yun din ba ang gender ng soul? If answer the question. Originally, the soul is in the female form, and Krishna is the original male form. So, knowing the self, mawawala na yung mga discrimination with this pagiging racist kasi we know na we're beyond the body. So those who are proud because they have white skin, they're born into a rich family or male or in LGBTQ or whatsoever. These genders are based on our karma. Kung ano yung mga desires natin last lives. We will go there. Male, female, bakit daw may LGBTQ? So their activities will give them the male body, but their heart and their activities and desire will be on a female form. So whatever we have now is based on what we did before, our desires, our activities. So it explains
clearly kung bakit, ano man nangyayari ngayon, bakit may kapansanan yung ibang tao, bakit he was born into a rich family, very poor family, because of their activities, their desires, materially. We will talk more about it. Paano pag yung mga transcendentalists hindi na nakumpleto yung life nila? Ano yung mangyayari next life? Kunyari, a person is performing Bhakti Yoga, what we're practicing, and hindi niya natapos or hindi niya perfect, you have to leave the body. Ano yung next life niya? So there are certain arrangements for that. Papag-usapan natin yun. So next classes. Hopefully nasagot ko yung question mo for Buraul. And Riza, from Riza, we have reincarnated maybe 100 times before. Is soul contract true? Contract means if I would try to understand this question, is soul contract true? Yung soul, nakadestin na siya kung gaano siya katagal sa body na to or saan siya pupunta. Destined na siya. So there is destiny and there is just like fate. Pero that is given. Meron pa rin tayong free will ngayon. Hindi natin pwede sabihin, kaya nangyari to kasi karma ko to last life. We could think like that, pero still we have choices. That free will, that choices will determine ano mangyayari ngayon, how we will feel, and how in the future will happen. If you don't eat, magugutom ka, and pwedeng palagi mong gawin yon, then you'll have ulcer. Hindi mo pwedeng sabing destined ka na doon, dati mo ginawa yon. So it happens because yung mga choices natin, yung mga nearest, yung recent past. So may mga free will tayo. We could change that. We could stop that actually. That is what we are doing sa Bhakti Yoga practice. We're stopping that. We're trying to avoid the contract. We might be having much more karma in the future because of our previous life, good and bad karma in the future. But we can stop that. That's the practice of Krishna consciousness. So we could stop the cycle of birth and death. We could go back to Krishna. Other than that, other than the process of Krishna consciousness, the spiritual life, pag sinakaya mo yung karma, one hurts your feeling, tapos gaganti ka. So, nasa cycle na yon in the future, or physically hurt someone, tapos gaganti and gaganti and gaganti. Hindi matatapos yon in the future lives. So you one have to, and that has the capacity or choice, the free will to stop that. In the bigger perspective, we can stop that cycle of birth and death by the process of Krishna consciousness, redirecting or rebuilding our relationship with Krishna. Yes, we can escape, just like the impersonalists. They will just meditate on nothingness and all. They will just escape for a while or one lifetime. But they will have to go back sa birth and death, cycle of birth and death, sa samsara. They call it the nirvana, the brahmachyuti, the light. It's all peace there because it's just like break time for one lifetime, 2 lifetimes. That is the effulgence of Krishna. And one have to go back sa cycle of birth and death. If you want to read about it, it's written in the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, the life of those impersonalists. They have also scriptures because they are actually Krishna himself, himself, and also those who practice atheistic philosophy. It has also philosophy and scriptures. And it's also Krishna's arrangement. Nasa scriptures din yun. They went down here for some purposes. Yun, mahabang story yan. Next time pag-usapan natin. Sana nasagot ko yung question mo, Riza. Ayun yung soul contract. So what we're doing now is we're building the contract for the karma. So re-review mo yung contract na yun pagpunta natin kay Yamaraj or Dharma. Siya yung demigod of justice. Let's see Raul again. What are the benefits for the soul and this body if we eat prasadam food? So yes, very nice question. It seems Raul Prabhu have certain knowledge about the practice and prasadam. Spiritualized food or prasadam is part of bhakti yoga. It's part of your sadhana. So there's karma, good and bad karma. What we eat, we will receive karma because we took lives. Even plants have lives. Or sometimes we hurt them because pinitas mo lang naman yung dahon nila. But still, may karma yon. May good or bad karma yon. But prasadam is beyond that. It's a karma. It's Krishna consciousness. So we're gaining much more closeness kay Krishna. We will talk more about prasadam as we discuss connection with others. So hold on to Raul. Riza, and why are your mala beads so big? Is there a meaning to that? So it doesn't matter if your japa mala is big, small, or short or long. The most important thing is our sincere attention and love in chanting. I have small beads also. Yeah. Gusto ko lang may bigger beads. Lalo na pag may class, so you can see. And me and my friend in India designed this japa mala. So may mga curving siya. Nakikita niyo ba? Mahirap. Yan. May mga curving siya, may mga mantra siya. So ayun yan. So you can make your own. You can buy some. This one is made from tulasi wood. It is the holy plant. So you can chant from your small or big beads. Doesn't matter if pag may malaking beads ka, mas effective in chanting. No. It is coming from our consciousness. Kung paano tayo nag-chant. So yes. So masarap din pag malaki kasi you could hold tightly. Hindi sobrang liit lang. You can focus much more. Pero when I travel, I use small beads. Sa airport, sa aeroplano, pwede mo agad matago, pwede mo agad makuha. So time, place, and circumstances. Yeah. Kendrick, CKD, Prabhu, you mentioned about tastes. I remember that you discussed with us that we need to satisfy different kinds of tastes. So to suppress cravings, may I know what are those tastes? Well, that's basic taste that inaro natin sa anatomy. We have the bitter taste, the sour, pungent, sweet, salty, hot. So in the art of eating, one should satisfy those tastes. Sa Ayurveda, meron dyan na process of eating, they start with the bitter taste, the karela or bitter melon, bitter gourd, and they will go bitter sour, then from sour to pungent to salty, hanggang umabot siya dun sa sweet. Pag dinaanan mo yung taste na yung mga yon, pagdating mo sa dulo, sobrang sarap ng sweetness. So art of eating yun. Hindi natin ma-perfect basa-basa to kasi imagine gano'ng karaming preparation yung kailangan natin. So yung iba kailangan may salad sila. Mostly may salad na yun. Yung iba they prepare bitter gourd salad din. So unti-unti. If you're in a diet, gawin mo to, fully satisfied ka. Hindi amount yung usapan or quantity. Pero when you satisfy the taste, hindi mo, in between, hindi ka na mag-crave. So that's one art form in preparing prasadam or spiritualized food. So it's satisfy the taste, the sense of taste. So hindi mo na kailangan kumain ng mga kung ano pa. In one meal, you can satisfy that. When I cook, minsan 2 ulam, 3 ulam, at least you have all these kind of tastes. Fully satisfied na yun. Mararamdaman mo na. Kahit onti lang yung kainin mo. Filipino kasi mahilig sa matamis, saka maalat. Adobo. Ulit-ulit lang yan. Matamis, maalat. Lahat may ganon. We are dependent on that kind of taste. Marami hindi kumakain ng ampalaya, pero umiinom sila ng beer. So if one knows that, totally si Francesco, if one knows that kind of art, lahat actually art kasi ano eh, it's coming from the scriptures. Even Krishna and his expansion, Srimati Radharani, is the expert cook. Sa kanya galing yung art form. Sa kanya galing din yung cooking. So yung next course natin is Prasadam. Kasama doon yung cooking. I'll announce it later on. Kara, Hare Krishna. So those are the art of cooking or Prasadam. Prasadam is spiritualizing our food, offering it back to Krishna. We will talk much more about it soon. And some ones who have transitioned sa plant-based diet nila, we have few coaches that could guide us, give us some recipes if you want to cook other food. And just see back din siya. Favorite na cook ko din yan. Sarap yung cookos na ginagawa niya. Palagi niya pinapadala sa akin. Thank you. Hi siya. Kumusta ang laon yan? So thank you very much, everyone. If you still have questions, you can PM it to me. Else we can answer. I can reply to you my answers that I've learned from my teachers, as well as we can answer that in the question and answer portion. Maraming salamat. Hare Krishna. Have an awesome day. Thank you very much. Chant your rounds, saka please do your assignments. Bye-bye. High five.
Hare Krishna. All right.